OWCS 2024 had a variety of fun tournaments across the regions, but for the Asia Stage 2 playoffs, they must have snuck in a little bit of crack cocaine, because this tournament was different. Now, it might be from 3 months ago, before the Maga Metastasis, but these plays are still living rent-free in my mind. With only 2 slots to the OWCS finals in Stockholm between them, the best 4 Korean teams fought harder than PGE, trying to keep his head above GM6. And we were gifted with what I am confidently able to say is the best tournament from 2024. Starting off with Team Falcons and Pokerface. Now, Pokerface decided to run the rarely seen May Ball dive composition on Ilios, and it was not very successful in any regard, unless the goal was to give proper the angle ascending to heaven angel, or the angel ascending to heaven angle, whatever the fuck. Bro is so high that he's getting picked up by the air traffic control. But New Queen Street was a different story. Proud was subbed in, and when faced against one of the strongest teams ever created in Overwatch history, would Proud lose? Nah, he'd winnow. Lock the fuck in and peep game. First, he takes Stalker's head clean off, and my man is concussed. Then, he patiently waits for the perfect opportunity to strike. Grappling up once it's time to find Fielder AFK for a very important reason that we will discuss shortly. But let's just say it was completely justified. Hold on, everybody, hold on, because Proud was not done yet. Bro put up the walls, once again, being patient, waiting for his early game setup to pay dividends, then boom! Hit the CTE victim so hard it spread to his teammate. How else can you possibly explain Proper forgetting what happened to his own guy literally 3 seconds ago? Proud's 4K made a statement and got Pokerface an over 100 meter lead. However, something even more important happened at the same time. The only known sighting of Fielder crashing out. After the AFK incident, Bro swapped to Brig and ran it down. Not a thought in his mind, just following the gardener right into Pokerface. But what started this? What could have possibly broke Fielder? Smurf on ball. At the start of this map, he did nothing of value. Bro channeled his inner Tony Snell to put up these numbers. 0 engagements, 2 out of 3 slams missed, and 2 deaths in 2 minutes. It's always a tough day when you have to admit that your GOAT is washed. But the times have changed and this wrecking wheel don't spin how it used to. It is not street legal anymore. Get this thing off the road, bruh. Falcons attempted to get something going in the final few minutes, but the damage was done and they had no answer to this hit scan prowess. Is he proud because he's the strongest, or is he the strongest because he's proud? I don't know, much to consider here. With the series tied up at 1 apiece, Falcons had plenty of time to think about it, and so they went to King's Row. Unfortunately, that was the wrong answer, because Proud was still out here playing Osu the way he was clicking on circles. This contributed to Fielder's continued crash out on Alari, although in comparison he was significantly calmer. The main thing that kept Falcons pushing was the indomitable Proper spirit. On the offense, he was cooking up 3-course meals when they were at their hungriest. You know, when you're going through the cupboards looking for a little something, and then you move the cereal to the side and find the last Nature Valley granola bar that you thought you already finished? Proper be giving that exact kind of energy to Team Falcons. The only difference is that Proper leaves no crumbs. However, slowing Falcons down and putting them in the ground are 2 very different things. So Pokerface had to pull out all the stops. Bang! Belos Rio Horse Prime. This guy is squeezing every drop of value he can get from any situation. Bro is resourceful. He saw Choi trade out with his pulse bomb and came in with a buy one get one free offer like he about to make commission off it, trying to up his bans by any means necessary, even if that includes throwing an unsuspecting passerby on top of an active bomb. At least that's what it looks like from the outside, but Stalker deserves this. How you gonna launch a farajillion rockets at someone who does not know you're there and still get packed up? This is legit a Looney Tunes Wile E. Coyote ass sequence. He set up the whole thing just to lose to "this will protect us." Like, damn, I guess it will. With all of this, was Pokerface able to get the job done? No, bruh. Simple was on fire. 11 HP to his name, and hit the most tragic Rajax of all time. So what do we get in map 4? More fielder tragedies. Stalker gives up 45% ult charge to TP his backline across to the high ground, but fielder slips and has to walk his ass across the point. Later on, he has a huge nade lined up, but Bellisria comes out of nowhere, robbing fielder with the catch like he's prime carry Price. And in the same play, bro also got stuck by Choice A1. Like, fielders a better man than me. I would have shot the computer 15 times at this point. Like, but no, he's a true professional, staying locked in till the very end and ultimately getting his revenge. Bro even swagged out on him by flashing the fancy mythical finisher, so the people know he just like Bruno Mars, a dangerous man with some money in his pocket. They cannot keep up. Ultimately, Pokerface couldn't cut it. Proud tried to make some more magic happen on Soldier 76, I guess, but they once again failed to complete the map and went to the lower bracket. Which brings us to Crazy Raccoon vs Zeta Division, and these teams were not messing around. They weren't even one round in, and Chu was already going for 180 no-look trick shots to get the last win they needed for the round. But Bernard came through with the not in my house, not today, and kept them in it. There was zero hesitation. The Nap Nation told him that Alpha E was conked out and he was on the scene in an instant. And would you look at that? Zeta went on to win the round. Who else could secure it but the man himself? Bernard's Diva Bomb pushed Crazy Raccoon's only upcoming ult off the map. Did he say do 90% of the journey himself? He sure did, but the last 10% is the hardest to get. Crazy Raccoon responded by winning a close round 2 with the help of superior Mei motion. And you might be thinking, what does that even mean? What is a Mei motion? Well, the final fight is looking bad for Zeta. So Alpha Yi goes for the flank blizzard and is met face to face with Junbin. And right there, that's where most people give up on the stealth mission, but not Alpha Yi. He tries to take advantage of the NPC programming with the pixel walk, but Junbin is unfazed. With no options left, he drops the blizzard, turns the corner, and dies instantly. Directly after that, he sang tosses snowball like he's going for a Call of Duty cross-map tomahawk and seemingly whiffs everything. But this puts the Zeta backline in a beautiful position for Junbin's dive, and they both perish, tying up the map. For the final round, Alpha Yi came prepared with one final trick. It's 99.99 overtime ticking down with a massive brawl near the point, but not on it. Alpha Yi put up a pixel perfect Mei wall, keeping Crazy Raccoon off the point when it looks like they'd have enough room, and forces the C9. This time, Junbin is rattled. If it was a normal wall, Lip would have shot it, it'd go down, the fight would continue, but deceptively, Junbin's fat ass could not fit, and map 1 went to Zeta off a wall-induced C9. With a start like that, this series was surely looking to be an absolute banger. Or was it? Normally, a banger would indicate extremely close maps with some back and forth, but Lip single-handedly dominated Gibraltar with an all-star hit scan performance. There was consistency, but also ew-inspiring 180-degree goobings on full display. It didn't matter who you were or what reasons you had for being there, Lip did not care. There was no sneaking up on him. There was no existing in the same general sphere as him, just death. However, Gibraltar is unlike any other map, so it makes sense for the series to go in a different direction before returning to a similar feeling as map 1, right? Wrong. Runasapi was close for a bit, but Crazy Raccoon slowly built on their lead until it became a monstrous undertaking. I wouldn't label a 131 to 75 meter win particularly close. Despite this, the match reached what I call the banger threshold. There are two ways to reach this point. One, close, edge-of-your-seat gaming, the classic Mario vs Sonic at the Olympic Games showdown, which doesn't really fit right now. Or two, something spectacular. Which brings us to King's Row. Zeta start on the attack, which is hard to believe looking at this Junbin gameplay. He's done more than flip the map. He's role-playing as the attacking Orisa. Bro is poking out the backline while Zeta already got 2 ticks and counting. He is fully committed to the bit. Instead of making an attempt to touch the point, he boxed himself like a fish and let it get capped. You add this on top of Alpha Yi Goomba stomping Crazy Raccoon with Barrage and Flora finally fighting back on hitscan, ZETA finished the map with just under a minute on the clock. Lip saw Flora do one thing and decided it was time to put on an encore performance. He couldn't let bro have one moment to shine, even sent Violet the Cash App to swing into walls for no reason. This one's really crazy because he's so nonchalant about it, while the rest of ZETA want to win so bad. You got Alpha Yi hiding in corners I didn't even know were an option to hide in, and you do not throw it back like this trying to defend the point unless you really want the dub. He's throwing ass to throw Crazy Raccoon's fight plan off track. It's genius. But it wasn't enough, and CR marched on to third point, where Violet redeemed himself with a honk shoo me off the map. Some Violet deniers would lead you to believe he cannot cook on Ana. Oh nah. The most shiest play Violet's ever made on Ana. Gone. Taken away just like that. And of course, Heesang comes back from hell to get his revenge on the guy who sent him there. It's not just that he woke up. He rose like Jesus Christ, killed 2, and propelled Crazy Raccoon to complete the map with the same exact amount of time as ZETA. If I'm Violet, after that, no Cash App request is off the table. Why even bother? Bro was off the map, tucked in, dreaming sweetly. What dastardly creature woke him up? It wasn't Violet, it wasn't Finn, it wasn't Alpha Yi, although he did try. It simply couldn't be Bernard. Sometimes it really be your own. Oh nah. That last frame was kind of hard to tell, but right here, he sleep is out cold. But the next frame, 13 damage straight into the dreamscape and some diva pellets over the top. So both teams have 1 minute on the clock to do what they can in extra rounds. And honestly, I'm surprised they can even play, because I expected Violet to punch a hole through the computer or Bernard. But I guess he a better man than me. ZETA got to go first, and CR decided that with so little time, Ball Widow was the method. Who gives a fuck about alt fights when no alts are being built? Just send Junbin out there, let him do his thing, and get all up in Flora's face. I know his ball gameplay is considered an art form, but I didn't know Junbin was so talented with the blender. ZETA stood no chance and didn't even secure a tick. However, this mindset did not carry over to their offense. They went with some boring ass Orisa May and got pieced up by Bernard. One look sent Lip sprinting across the map at full speed, where he got staggered like an early game boss designed to show off the game mechanics. Heesang was able to build a blizzard, but that shit did not work. Violet moved back 2 feet and called it a day. Then Alpha Yi dropped his own, securing the draw and sending us to map 5 with Crazy Raccoon up 2-1. ZETA got another map pick and selected Hana Oka, but for some reason it turned into Hisa Oka. Bro was running around like it's his backyard. ZETA got trapped in the vortex of Heesang killing him and then pushing it back to the midpoint. Then Heesang would kill him again and then go back to the midpoint until Crazy Raccoon won 5-3 without touching their own side of the map even once. They were so scared of him that Alpha Yi dropped the blizzard on his own backline for protection, and it still wasn't enough to stop him from getting diced up. With that, the series ended with a Crazy Raccoon map 5 win, beating ZETA out 3-1 and setting up the winners finals with a classic Crazy Raccoon vs Team Falcons matchup. I especially like that Heesang sent ZETA off to loser's bracket with a little bag to remember him by. But now we get into a real game that determines the first Asia team to secure a spot at Stockholm, and Fielder's off the map frame 1 and Hanbin's insta dead. It's crazy because Junbin got pinged. Fielder knew he was there and did not respect him, showing the entire world that he has pitiful ball knowledge. After that, the disrespect only continued, with Hanbin and Proper instead choosing to dive the backline in OT instead of deal with the real threat on point. They left Stalker and Chio to win the duel? Nah bruh, you gotta send the entire nation to get rid of Junbin. Bro dominated the first point so hard he whipped out the Reinhardt just for fun and continued his wrath. Do you understand how much you gotta be feeling it to lock Rein with qualification on the line? Falcons ain't about to just roll over though. Proper got on his bullshit and Junbin eventually brought out the Stallion. When things were looking bleak with Falcons pushed up to the choke in a final fight situation, Junbin knew what he needed to do. run it the fuck down. He ain't worried for a second about what Hanbin's doing over there. He's focused on his own grind. If you want to be the bigger bin, you gotta take out the trash. Bro was doing that shit 4v5 because Heesang was sent out to secure the objective. With Junbin putting out so much big press, no one on Falcons could match him, no one could kill the backline, no one could do nothing. And so it was a definitive 2-0 Crazy Raccoon win on Lijiang Tower. On Runasapi, things changed. Lip could not play the game. He tried to find an angle, Proper jump on him like butter on dog. He'd try for a high noon, he'd get speared no matter the situation. Opening up, mid-fight, whatever, it didn't matter. Like, Hanbin can't even see him here, hello? Yet Stalker goes for high noon and he gets mad value. A guy can't even cross the street no more, I guess. Damn. Things got so bad, he said, I don't want to do this no mo, and took himself out with the deflect. With the score of 144 to 35 meters, it's safe to say that Runasapi was a good response from Team Falcons to tie up the series. Luckily, with their map pick, Crazy Raccoon go to Gibraltar, where Lip can dominate the matchup. Oh my god! Nah, this is vile. Bro hit him with the who do you think you are? I am. Took his ass out. What's really crazy is that Stalker's been playing Hitscan all match, but Proper wanted Lip to know that he personally is not built for this. He wanted the Widow duel so bad, he switched roles for the map, and guess what? There's a reason Lip swapped to Sombra. Proper was outvaluing him. It's not like they were going head to head. Proper was just getting picks and Lip was not. Crazy Raccoon didn't get anything, and Falcons came away with the 1-0 victory to put themselves at match point. You can tell Hanbin wanted this shit done. Bro got possessed by his distant Stone Age relatives to tap into their deadly spear-throwing precision. It felt like if he missed a shot, his people would starve. He was hunting for his survival. He had no fear. Pulling up to the herd from behind, threading the needle to cancel Lip's high noon, and from there, it was light work. This is the type of primal instincts you need if you want a chair on the horse council. A lot of players aren't able to dig deep like that. For a minute there, I couldn't tell if Crazy Raccoon were chill to let it happen, or if they wanted the dub so bad they started tweaking out. Like, yeah, they won the first point, but also Shu is clicking Orbital Ray at 40 HP down his tank. This is delusion or tossing, I don't know which. Do not fret, because in the back half of this map, they came to their senses. At first, when I saw Heesang lock in, I didn't think much of it, but then Junbin came through and he meant business. It looks like he's running away scared from Proper's blade. Oh no, don't get away from me. Then he turns the corner and bam! Not so tough now, eh, bud? Ho, ho, ho. Hit him with the Overwatch equivalent of the Tom and Jerry classic to get bro to chase you right into a meticulously laid trap. From there, they took hold of the game, tied up the series, and added big mo momentum to the roster. And let me just say, they were a massive addition. The ball comp was active and rolling about, but the main difference maker was the beautiful on a break backline with no Juno to be seen, just like God intended. Yes, yes. Chu was throwing nades off cooldown, putting up prime bubonic plague numbers. Anyone who got hit by the purple knew that their time was near. Proper thought he finally hunted down Heesang. Nah, Shu is with him, and now bro is dead. Next, Proper tried to deal with the backline directly with a nano blade, and he got absolutely dog walked. By the end of it, he was running away, cowering in fear. I don't blame him either. Chorong had him at every turn. Bro got whipped harder than cream. If the nano blade dive can't cut it, what are you supposed to do? Okay, maybe don't put in the Han Binston because he's just gone. I don't know what this is. Falcons had no answer, and months later, I don't either. Look at this first whip shot, bruh. Just go next point. Oh, about that. There is no next point. Thanks to Chorong's whip shot precision, or the Han Binston's lack of, talent, as one might say. Crazy Raccoon full held on King's Row first point. I never thought that I'd put in a mini break whip shot montage, but Chorong went too stupid. And don't think for a second that they stopped cooking on the offense. Shu hit the flank on Stalker, and it was lights out. Bro had no clue what happened and started hearing the trumpets. The map, of course, ended off of 2 Shu nades, securing Crazy Raccoon's Stockholm slot and sending Team Falcons to losers finals, where they'd have to play against the winner of Zeta Division and Poker Face. To be completely honest, we are speed running this game because the next 2 are something to behold, and OWCS Korea Season 2 starts in less than 24 hours as I'm writing this, so I gotta lock in, bruh. I gotta lock in. Okay, so you know Alpha Yi? Basically, this guy's the fucking GOAT. He is going stupid on the lobby, like lobotomized cat from the late seasons of Victorious level of stupid on the lobby. No look dodging Proud's bullets to get in his head. And this interaction has some lore behind it, because on the previous map, Alpha Yi got particularly sticky on Proud only to get it on himself. If I got my highlight reel play stolen and swagged on, I'd want to make the other guy look silly as well. But you already know that Bernard was not about to let anyone disrespect his squad. He came through with that same day delivery. You trying to swag out, you will get swagged on. Bernard didn't see him there before, so I don't know how he hit this. You kind of gotta feel for Proud though, because he was doing everything in his power to get a win, and nothing was working. He got a 2K just for Violet to trade it back like it was nothing. In the final map of the series, he went Cassidy and was attaining Sisyphean feats. I've never seen a Tracer get caught out in so many different ways all on one point. Alpha Yi could not exist. But it didn't matter. For some reason, this was also the map that Flora wanted to make an appearance. Folks, what was scheduled as Proud's premium playground now had to share time with Flora's freakish fellowship. It's almost like he remembered there potentially wasn't too many games left in the season, and he wanted to make an impact so he'd still have a job next year. Anyway, ZETA Division pushed on to Losers Finals in a 3-1 win where, oddly enough, the Gibraltar map where Proud locked Soldier was the only one where Pokerface got a win, so I mean, like, whatever, bro, keep playing Soldier, I guess. So here it is, the determining series for the final Stockholm slot, ZETA Division against Team Falcons. We start off with Alpha Yi absolutely demolishing Robert with the ice wall. You can see the gears turn in his head. He knew he cooked with this one. Going into the fight plan, they're like, oh my god, what are we gonna do about Bob? Flora doesn't have it yet? Don't worry, Alpha Yi has it covered. So each team got a dominant round win, which left it up to Village for the deciding round. The main focus here was the Pharah duel, and initially, Proper got by Bernard's inexplicable horse magic. Like, in what world does this connect? What? But hold on, we have a situation. Flora is stuck on the roof and his team is very dead. Alpha Yi pulls up to help out, but oh god, Hanbin is here. Get out of there, Flora. Go the other way. No, he's surrounded. He straight up staggered an entire 16% for no reason just before the last fight. And Falcons knew he was there the entire time. He was not slick at all. After this egregious self-sabotage, Proper made damn sure not to get horse voodoo magicked again with a point-blank barrage on Bernard and set Falcons up 1-0. Map 2 also had an early Stalker Bob moment, but this time, there were no gears turning whatsoever. Hanbin had just killed damn near everyone, but as we and apparently Stalker know, Bernard is a threat, and the 1v9 is never impossible. He just wanted to make sure that this fight was 100% secured. Even though he watched Hanbin kill the entire ZETA Division, Bernard was still at large. After that, Pelican proved himself to be the superior bird of prey with a sneaky barrage. I don't know why they be calling them birds of prey, because he is straight predating all over Falcons. You add that up with an ambidextrous blade from Proper that got shut down and a couple spears from Bernard, suddenly ZETA Division have completed the map. It turns out they didn't have to do all that. Falcons were so traumatized from their match against Crazy Raccoon that on their offense, they marched up on the high ground, flipped the map, and got teared apart by Bernard. It looks like they kinda had a plan, but once they got there, they just said, go Hanbin, sent him out like a damn Pokemon, but like, what do you want him to do? They told him to run in with a spin move and gave no other instructions. My favorite part about this is that at a certain point, you can tell Violet realized that Falcons just don't got it in them to cap this point, and he starts going wild. That little maneuver could have cost him, but thanks to Pelican being a late addition to the team, the Violet troll factor has not yet influenced him, and he stuck the flank Blizz to tie up the series. New Junk City was up next, and Proper put on a McDonald's Happy Meal quality sugar-free performance, and along with Stalker coming into his own on the Cassidy, it was good enough to squeak out the win and go to match point. Until now in the series, the Hitscan player has been mad quiet, other than the Stalker Bob incidents and Flora just not understanding what's going on, I guess. Like, I still can't believe he staggered himself. Entire fight. For map 4, ZETA went to Runasapi, and they took the early lead, but it quickly vanished as Falcons made one thing very clear. They intended to finish the job here and now. Proper might just be the GOAT at slashing enemies grouped up in one spot. I swear Overwatch 1 players will do anything to bring back the nostalgia of Grav Dragon. For what purpose, I do not know. Stalker wanted it so bad, he proclaimed he'd walk 500 miles, and you know what? He might just walk 500 more just to make it to Stockholm. I swear he covered the distance from Stockholm to Korea right here in this high noon. Crucially, he didn't walk to the end of the map, and ZETA came back the other way. They had 3 minutes to cover 50 meters and worse ults available to get the job done, but now it was his time. How he had the confidence to pull off the hard flank after doing absolutely nothing all series, I do not know. But Flora showed up in the clutch with a huge 2K. Meanwhile, Proper's blade, which was supposed to be the difference maker in this fight, got lost in transit. I guess he got juked, but it wasn't because of Violet. It's like bro didn't realize there was a difference in elevation and rolled his ankle. He is pointed 180 degrees in the opposite direction. But ZETA still need one more fight win, so Falcons take it right to him. Stalker rounds the corner with High Noon, and Violet skillfully ints to bait Stalker into killing himself on the deflect. You might be thinking, nah, he's just ass. But y'all really don't get it, peep. Alpha Yi is now free to do whatever he wants, and he doesn't gotta kill a Casty. He don't gotta worry about no random picks. He just wins. With the late pick onto Chio, ZETA take the lead, and Bernard finishes the job to send us to the most important map 5 of the entire season. To start their offense, ZETA struggled to get past first point. They couldn't even spawn camp a Widowmaker without getting completely styled on. Alpha Yi thought everything was gonna be okay. He grabbed the health pack, put the moves on, yet his recall was still forced and he got absolutely demolished. However, Hanbin made a crucial error while trying to take out the big threat. Bernard didn't so much as glance in his direction while ZETA regrouped, and Hanbin's greed for the kill led him right into the entire squad. This overstep left one of the all-time greats cowering in a corner, and ZETA got gifted first point. This shift in momentum and a pick on Chio, who was straight lining like he was thinking about what he wanted for supper, suddenly brought ZETA to third point, and it did not look good. ZETA rallied around Blade in a small bridge connector, and if Stalker hadn't traded out Finn here, ZETA's advanced positioning plus Ray advantage would have gave them great odds to complete the push with a generous amount of time. But that's not what happened. Instead, Falcons got to stabilize and build their ults to the point where they held their own destiny, and Chio ulted nothing. ZETA simply backed up, waited for the ray of death to go away, and came back with their own. Hit him with the live coaching. This how you really supposed to use this shit. Just like that, ZETA turned a tough situation into fully completing the map with time to spare. But guess what? After about a minute on their offense, Team Falcons took that knowledge and threw it right back at them. ZETA used not just Ray, but also Rally, only for Falcons to take it back now, y'all. One ult this time, boom, and win with their better support ults. For the most part, these two rounds were quite similar. First was kind of tough, but after that, they got on a roll. But unfortunately for ZETA, they never stabilized like Falcons. They tried. They did everything they could. Started using tactics from different games, swapped over to Mei to freeze the push. It wasn't happening though. The Falcons DPS just were not playing around. The Blizzard on the point wasn't good. Alpha Yi couldn't match the Genji. Wait a minute. Who threw that Blizzard? What do you mean Flora's been on Mei for so long that he built an ultimate? This the most important game of his entire career? And my hit scan players on what? Y'all don't get it. This was so long ago that I got jump scared by the Flora Mei in editing. And the memories of what transpired on that offense came flooding back. Had me at the computer like this for real. I wasn't ready for it then. I'm still not ready for it. I pray I don't see it again. ZETA's minute of extra time passed by quickly. Then with Stalker in the back on Widow and Hanbin being an unmovable object on the corner, it was looking tough. Alpha Yi was going back and forth, tapping the overtime like he's doing the Fitnessgram pacer test, praying any second now that Finn would get his ult or Bernard would return. but he failed the mission. Technically, it was holdable, never give up. To start, Hanbin took the high ground and killed Violet within 30 seconds of the round beginning. He did bash in, but also Finn missed him with Speed Ring, so who's to blame? I don't know, and Hanbin does not care. From there, he walked around the map and collected kills like it was a scavenger hunt. After all that, the King's Row domination, the come from behind victory on Runasapi, the map completion here, it wasn't enough, and Zeta Division went out sad. But hey, at least it was Alpha Yi on May at the end. However, there was still one final game. The Crazy Raccoon vs Team Falcon's Grand Finals 1-4 rematch. This shit was so good, it had different eras. Junbin started the support saga with the most diabolical angle ever recorded on film. And I can't even be mad, I was gonna call him weird and tell him to be normal, but like, this shit shized. Other than that, Li Zhang featured a variety of DPS plays on both sides, with my personal favorites being Heesang getting a 2k and Proper deciding, let me show you how it's really done. Like, he was mid 3k and still took the time to sit Heesang's ass down just to one-up him. Had to make sure Heesang remembered who got kicked out the Bonchon Chicken group chat. I'm also a big fan of Lip trying to 1v1 a fully charged High Noon. I know he's moving kinda quick, but Lip's the one holding an angle like it's Valorant. Despite this, the defining play came from Fielder on break. He's looking at a 3v5 fight with neither of his DPS alive, and he's still popping rally to get shit done. Hit him with a turnover so crazy that Pillsbury's calling him up for the recipe. With Falcon's nice little 2-0 win, Gibraltar continues on, but this time, the support saga is led by Crazy Raccoon, and it's less a defining moment and more consistent on-a-break gameplay from the best to ever do it. Besides Shu throwing out big nades, Choron got active in the dive, converging with Junbin on the play that got them past first point. Heesang's nowhere to be seen, Lip was out of LOS, but that doesn't matter. The Winston Brig dive goes stupid. And when Shu was about to get blown up, Choron came through saying, "Get that shit out of here." Did he need to tank this? Maybe not. Did Shu die anyway? Yup. But it's about the principle. The Crazy Raccoon core put on a clinic, especially on their second point defense. And that's not to say that Falcons played poorly. In fact, Smurf gave him the work. This right here is a near perfect dive. He got hit by no whip shot, no nade, no sleep dart, just jumped directly on top the backline and took him out. Next, he juggled Heesang over the health pack and Lip peeked in to take a look. Big mistake, pal. Smurf hunted him down like he was the last cherry blossom chocolate in Canada to get the 4K. However, as we know, Smurf at this point in his career is prone to severe lapses in judgment. He set himself up to get ooped by Junbin, and to be fair, it is a crazy play. This couldn't have been drawn up or executed any better. But what was truly shocking is that with 20 seconds left on the clock, Smurf was on cart while his whole team was on a different planet. He deadass said tank go point when OT. There is no thought behind those eyes. On the other hand, Falcons shouldn't have made it this far in the first place. Proper had to pull out some prime Harry Houdini magic axe just to see second point. Bro, he pulls up, gives Lip the how do you do, and touches point with 5 seconds left. Now with the help of Fielder, he forces recall, stalls as long as he can for his team to come back, and lives on 9 HP. After that, he pulls back, rejuvenates, and catches Heesang lacking. At this point, he knows that Lip is on the way back, and even though he takes a few Bastion shots, he tells him to get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. From there, he hits the Shuriken snipe and cleans up the Nano rally to confirm his 5k clutch. And this turned out to be a prelude for the he's fucking dead era. For the next 2 maps, it felt like every single fight Heesang was in the spawn room. Proper was rolling in general. I mean, Falcons were up over 80 meters on Runasapi at the halfway mark. But when it came to Heesang in particular, Proper made sure to put a little extra love in there. He made damn sure that Heesang remembered just who got kicked out the Bonchon Chicken group chat in 22. Gotta run that one back to truly appreciate it. The 2 early shurikens plus the boom to sit his ass down. But we are far from finished. Heesang's just looking for some easy early fight poke here, but nah. Stalker tags him and tells Proper to wrap that shit up. Towards the end there, Crazy Raccoon were looking to make a comeback, and Heesang's blade could be the difference maker. But unfortunately, that boy hit the wall and is now blading a fortified Orisa. He's looking for something, anything, please. He'd take a fruit fly kill if it's available. Nah, he's swinging on air. It got so bad, Junbin turned on friendly fire. And this was not a misinput. Do not calm the fuck down. This was intentional. He tried to wake Hisang up so he could be a valuable, contributing member of the team in the next map. And you know what? It worked for one fight. While Lip killed 3, Hisang was right where he needed to be, spectating from the objective, getting that sweet, delectable capture percentage. Just don't look at anything else from that map. Right away, frame 1, he's dead. Shit was so impressive, his dead body did a hip hip hooray. And I gotta warn you right now, this next event might not be legal in some countries. As Hisang is whipping out the blade, Proper looks him dead in the eyes and says, "Lil bro, you are not built for this." You can tell Hisang was big mad. He chased Proper on no cooldowns, and he still had the blade for the kill, and he dies for it? This has got to be a top 5 violation of an Overwatch play of all time. Despite he's been dead every fight, Crazy Raccoon 3-0'd Saravasa, all because Lip can damn near walk on water. Lip was out here with a DPS duo, whose biggest accomplishment in the last 2 maps is touching the point and watching him get a 3K. Yet he not only owned this map 3-0, 3 in a row, not a single point, gone for the team with 5 players, but he also did all he could to get a comeback going on the last one. I am geeked out at 3 in the morning thinking about what this guy can do when Cassidy's off a perk having infinite rolls. He's gonna have a cross-country world record by the end of the first week. Bro creates 1 fights like Jesus turning water into wine, and until I have proof otherwise, I wouldn't count him out for that one either. Sometimes he just finds kills that could only be obtained through divine intervention, and if my theory is correct, that might be a consistent method for him. Like, explain why Fielder turned at the exact moment Lip fired the high noon. It don't make sense. He's in rally. He got that shield on his face like a Bastion, yet he opens the floor for Lip to end the he's fucking dead era with an even 2-2 scoreline. Next up was King's Row, and while a lot of players in Hisang's position continue to be slightly more useful than the warning on a Q-tip box to not put it in your ear, but not him. He knew this was no way to live life and fought back. He was crucial to stopping Falcon's push before they could reach the end of the map, along with Junbin taking Hanbin out for a nice one-on-one bin-to-bin conversation where they twirled their spears at each other, which ultimately resulted in a spin 9. Then on the offense, he once again came through, this time with a 2K trade, including the most important kill on Proper, who was about to butter him up with the blade. This was a map-winning play. Don't worry about what happened after. We don't need to see the 1v1. Yo, turn it off. Honestly, King's Row didn't have much going on. But now, Crazy Raccoon were at match point, and New Junk City was the map of choice. CR kept it pushing with a Maga sim comp to open the first point. Now, we know this shit was crazy, but at the time, it was still pretty novel. So they won the first point with it and then put the Symmetra down to match Genji. But that might have been a fatal flaw. Hanbin opened the point by rolling Crazy Raccoon up and letting Proper sufficiently smoke their ass. He's dashing around from body to body like they owe him money and he's here to collect. For the next 2 points, Hanbin, Proper, and Stalker were passing around Crazy Raccoon, going POTG for POTG every fight. Something about this felt far more sinister than your average ult cycle. I swear they were making back alley wagers where every fight won without a single other ult got $5 from the whole team. However, I don't know the legitimacy of this bet because Hanbin basically had a cheat code, but instead of hitting up, down, left, right, BA start, you just gotta hit H and select Junker Queen. This might have been a factor that led to Stalker saying, fuck the rules, I'm killing 3. No overclock necessary. You know what? Throw in a Hisang Blade Jacks while we're at it and bring us to map 7 so we can wrap this shit up. And that's a noble thought. Except Hanbin went on a rampage for no reason when Stalker had this under control. Don't get me wrong, the subsequent stagger was nasty work. Junbin could have watched like half of One Piece in the time it took him to die. But now, the cycle was incomplete. Now there was no fallback in case something went wrong. And with all the time Junbin had to plot his revenge, he did not miss. He told Proper to get out of there with that blade nonsense and got to work on the rest of Falcons. We're looking at a Terra Surge only fight win. After that, Hisang earns his paycheck with a Ray Blade, and what was all fun and games for Team Falcons quickly turns into a must-win point. It starts with Junbin mad as hell, putting Chio in the blender Orisa style before Falcons even took a step near the objective. This aggressive fight broke down, and with Hanbin putting on the Little Caesars cosplay, serving this rampage hot and ready, Crazy Raccoon won the tank exchange despite being down both supports. This translated into some early CR percent, but Falcons would have control for the real fight. And this is where Proper wins that bet from earlier, hands down. It's not even close. He pops the blade and swings on Hisang till he can't deflect that big press no more. Now he deflects because he knew Junbin was on some bullshit, and with no time to spare, catches the backline on a 2-for-1 combo. This is the type of deflection I aspire to have when motherfuckers in rank ask me when the next vid's gonna drop. Bitch, I don't know. He activates Deflect just before the blade sheath animation plays and bounces Junbin's spear right back at him harder than never mind. So how are you supposed to come back from something like that? Well, we still don't know, because Hanbin jump-scared Lip so bad he forgot he had recall and then action replayed all over the screen. And you think I'm capping about the hacks, but explain why after this Hanbron James performance, he was subbed out on map 7. I don't care that it was Ilios, it could have been Horizon Lunar Colony with a 500% Winston lore buff. If it was me, I'm gorilla gluing this man to the keyboard. On the first round, Crazy Raccoon must have had the Tanuki Mario power-up because Hisang was dominating the air on Echo. And Smurf tried to stop him, he really did. I mean, look at this shield placement, clean. Unfortunately, shit did not matter. Crazy Raccoon won this point 100-0. Not a single fight win for Falcons. Not even with 5 ults and an unmirrored orbital ray. Cause Junbin took Fielder out of the fight with no nano boost target around. He also pushed Chio so far away, dying might have been faster to get back to the point, and Proper's dupe may as well not have been clicked at all. With Crazy Raccoon 1 point away from victory, Chorong and Chu team up to completely goob Smurf with the Whip Sleep Whip combo and take him off the map. While it looks like a continuation from last round, Proper locks in, taking out Chu and outplaying Hisang with the shield dance to get Falcons the first fight win despite lacking a tank. With how scrappy the first bit was, Falcons got over 50%, so Junbin gets right to business, jumping onto the point, popping Primal, and tracking Stalker's double blink back onto the map to finish the kill. If that wasn't enough, he escorts Chio's rally off the premises because he don't fuck with the vibe. And now Shu is set up on the high ground. And with the way Team Falcons were deep purple, I thought Ilios was gonna have some smoke on the water to go with Hisang's fire in the sky. Crazy Raccoon had a chokehold on this point, and it was gonna take something absolutely absurd to break past it. Stalker started hunting Lip, the one place where Falcons should absolutely 100% have the advantage, and yup, they sure do, and that was absurd. Check it off. Surprisingly, Lips, stay back! Pulse Bomb actually hit, but recall emoji. As it turns out, that was decidedly not crazy enough to take point from the Crazy Raccoon, because Junbin boxed the backline halfway across the map. He moved them out the room faster than a landlord evicts a single mother who can't afford the rent increase. Just downright criminal activity. So was that it? If Stalker can't pull it off, who can? But then Proper had a genius idea. If a stick on Lip didn't work, how about a second stick on Lip? Meanwhile, Shu looks over and hits a nasty sleep on Fielder, meaning that the fight isn't completely over. They're only down 1. What? Never mind, this shit is cooked. Hisang flew over and failed the 3-2-1 quick time event. I can't even call it a quick time event. You're counting down. Just count down. He kind of redeems himself with the cross map kill onto Stalker, but imagine a world where we can go 3-2-1 and our Shu isn't dead for no reason. Now it's anyone's game in overtime, and Junbin looks to make a play. He jumps in close to Primal and gets executed on the spot. Smurf does get traded out, but Crazy Raccoon don't have the numbers, and an anti on the Chorong along with Stalker follow-up means that he goes down before Shu gets Nano. And with a Nano Chio on the point, Team Falcons bring this series to map 7, round 3 Ilios, also known as Cinema City. Crazy Raccoon are on the ball comp, and Shu takes his sweet time to line up the pixel perfect nade only to not use it. Instead, he throws out the sleep, and even he's surprised that it hit. So he tosses the nade in, and then boom, the backline is gone. The mere potential of Junbin's elite balling got him so fucked up that they hid in a corner and got packed up. They turned into self-boxing fish. It's incredible. Now, the very nature of the ball means that Crazy Raccoon got no real type of point pressure. They gotta kill him. However, Team Falcon's comp makes that very difficult. How are you supposed to kill a Juno who's way up there? In cases like that, they turn to kill Stalker and it works, but peep what he did before he died. He don't give a fuck what happens after that. He got his indubitably. And you already know what type of timing Smurf is on. His ass big chillin' on point. He don't got a care in the world. No one's gonna kill him. It's far too much effort. As long as he's playing Kovacs and that general square, he's doing big work. So the question is, Ferb, what are we going to do today? And the answer is nothing. We are in the second dimension. No dives hit, the point is never flipped again, and no fights are won. This 7-map banger ends with Team Falcons finding the solution to Crazy Raccoon's signature composition.